once the bow rope's gone. Excuse me, I'm filming live. I'm not having a go at you. You can park where you like, but I'm videoing live here.
Oh, okay, I'll be
Thank you. You don't want to be too famous.
Tell me when I'm out of your shop. I don't want to be famous.
You're lovely. Thank you very much indeed. And now you can see the last of the bow ropes going aboard. Just got the springs to let go, and then the tugs will take up the strain. And this is the springs just letting go. They're just letting them off the winches on deck, and the mooring party will take them off the bollard and she'll be free. if you look at the tug's bow rope standing away from the round fair lead, the Panama fair lead on the bow, you'll see that's now on and off, coming a bit tauter. I spoke and the tug released the tension, but that will come under strain in a moment as the tug takes up the load and starts to lift the ship away from the quay. I'm sorry, I misled you. The main springs are still actually ashore. They'll come off next. Let's just see if I can pick up a good shot of those. There's the springs actually, sorry about that. We're a bit bored with this shot, so we go back to a wider one. There you can see the bridge wing that's effectively overlooking the side of the ship, and the pilot and usually the ship's master will be on the bridge wing, just overseeing proceedings. The pilot also commands the tugs from up there. The pilot and the master will have agreed a plan of action for getting the ship out of the berth and out to sea, when the pilot can then leave. And it's a hugely responsible job. You've got a couple of 100,000 tons, a very large ship there. And that's why stuff goes fairly slowly. The springs are now off, and subject to the stern springs being off, which I can't see from here, the ship is now actually not connected to the quayside. We'll just take a look at one of the tugs. although the movement is fairly imperceptible at this point, the ship is now actually free of the quay and moving away from it. Looking back towards we were looking at towards where we were looking on the bridge wing has moved out. So the ship has moved out in effect. Quite difficult to see how fast the ship moves away from the quay if you're just judging from where the bow stands against the actual quay end. Quite difficult to tell. So we've got quite a few people watching, so tell me someone. We've got what looks like an unhappy or angry emoji. What's that about then? Come on, you can write to me on Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me what's going on in your heads. Why is someone unhappy about this then? Morning, Paul. Well, in fact, I woke up and there I was awake, so I thought I might as well do something interesting before breakfast. It's a bit disgusting, isn't it? Can't believe it. Before breakfast. So come on, Jeremy, tell me why you're showing an angry face. So you can now see she's well clear of the pier, or sorry, of the quayside, and she'll move a good distance out before she starts to go ahead, but the tugs are doing nicely. Not too much of a breeze to push her up against the quayside, so they're not having to work overly hard. As you can see, the tug Svitzer Kent at the bow there has got a bow down, stern up attitude, which indicates just how hard she's pulling. This tug can give a bollard pull of about 80 tons, which is a hell of a lot, in fact. Hey Jeremy, I'm pleased to hear it, mate. I always wonder if I'm doing something wrong, to be honest with you, because we try and do the best we can, as you know. I do think it's a lovely sight, isn't it? I must say, Paul, I'm very lucky. I'm a Felixstowe resident, so that means I can jump in the car and leap down here, stick the camera on the tripod and get things going. And as long as I'm away in about the next 10 or 15 minutes, I don't have to buy a ticket, so that's good news. Hey Shirley, I'm glad you're here and watching, mate, online. It's good, isn't it? I love it. I must say, on a day like today, the sun is shining, the wind is not too chilly. It's a bit cool, but not too chilly. And I can't think of a better thing to do, to be honest with you. And it gets me out of the way, doesn't it? And I can go home and have some fried potato and fried egg on top, and it'll be lovely. But I love doing Felixstowe Live, especially when we can do live clips, because it's an interesting thing to do. And stuff like this, where we're doing stuff in real time, I honestly think it's kind of the future of this kind of video, really, because it's fun to do, it's interesting to do from the video maker's point of view, and in reality, as long as you as viewers can put up with the odd kind of, not mistake really, but the odd kind of error in production, then it's a good thing to do. I love doing it. Hey Jeremy, it's just really to do with the amount of thrust that the tug is putting on, because she turns her propellers around. They're azimuth propellers, as you know, so the propellers turn around in effect, and she pushes, or she pulls very hard, but the pull is from the stern, but the rope is actually attached at the winch at the bow, and therefore when she's pulling hard, her bow goes down and her stern goes up. It's just an effect of the amount of oomph she's putting into the job. Thank you kindly, young Shirley. I shall do my best to enjoy my breakfast. I'm just trying to see whether he's going ahead now. I think the tug at the bow is pulling more forwards than sideways. as you can see. But in fact, I can't see any prop wash at the stern, so I don't know whether he is going ahead. As you can see, the whole procedure really is quite slow, but it's all very measured. It's all carefully carried out. Because the last thing you want to do, obviously, is to do any damage to that vast ship. When you talk to the pilots, they will tell you that ships like that, for their size, are really quite fragile in effect. If they hit a smaller boat, then they make a mess of it. But if they hit something solid like a quay, they can get dents and scrapes and stuff like that. And ship owners become deeply unhappy when that happens. Good morning to you, Adam Crane. I hope you're keeping well out there. I think you can see now a bit of prop wash coming away from it. And that completes our coverage, I think, for this morning. She's off the quay. She's just steadily starting to go ahead. And we'll be back with you for another ship, probably later this week. Have a really good week. Enjoy your week. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. And I will see you soon.